business. You have hardworking people who go out there, they work 2 and 3 jobs, and they didn't ask you to come and shoot up their windows.
A community targeted over and over by vandals. Why they're finally reaching out for your help. And a train derails just north of Manhattan, leaving 4 people dead and dozens injured. The latest on what might have caused it. Plus,
I just want to start out by saying War Eagle. War Eagle. War dang Eagle.
From the gridiron to the hardwood, we have your weekend in sports. 9 on Your Side Morning Edition starts right now.
This is 9 on Your Side Morning Edition.
And good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm Andrea Blanford.
And I'm meteorologist Dante Jones.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. I know it's been a couple days. But
it's been a great weekend, long weekend for you and a lot of people too, and Cam Newton as well. Congratulations to Auburn. And oh man, it was a great college weekend. And today it's going to be a rainy start as you head back to school and back to work. Looks like some rain chances and some fog starting this morning. And then I think the middle part of the day is really where the rain chances start to ramp up, about 30%. And then we'll start to clear as we head towards the evening hours. High of about 56. Now, we do have warmer temperatures in store, but I'll talk about those in the next few minutes. First, let's get a check of our news headlines with Andrea.
All right, thanks, Dante. Tracking crime this morning, Kinston police say 2 men were shot at an apartment complex late last night. Police responded to a call around midnight that several people were shot at Carver Courts Apartments. That's on Bright Street in Kinston. 26-year-old Ricky Davis of Kinston was transported to Lenore Memorial Hospital. He was later released. The other victim, 22-year-old Miguel Wingate, was flown to Vidant Medical Center, where his family says he's doing okay. Police tell us it was an isolated incident and not an ongoing danger to the community. A community is asking for your help this morning in stopping neighborhood vandalism. People say vandals are shooting out windows with a BB gun. It's happening in Greenville on Concord Drive and Segfield Drive. Victims say in the last few months the windows of at least 5 homes have been shot out. Police reports have done nothing to get the vandals off the streets. Carol Ann Naipaul says this Friday the vandals hit her property for a second time, shooting out her van's window.
What if one of us was inside the van, or our kid was inside the van? We got 3 children. What if one of the kids were in the van and you came behind the glass and you shattered that glass and you fired your BB gun? You could have killed somebody. You could have caused a lot of hurt and damages.
If you have any information about the people responsible, contact the Greenville Police Department. 1 man is dead and another hurt after a weekend car accident in Carteret County. It happened just before 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon on Highway 70 near Beaufort. The Highway Patrol says the car was headed east when it veered left of center, hit a ditch, and overturned. Troopers say 55-year-old Bruce Hill of Smyrna died in the crash. The other person inside the car was injured, but their condition is unknown at this time. Inspections of Bonner Bridge show the only road link between the Hatteras Island portion of the Outer Banks needs immediate repairs. The Department of Transportation inspected this weekend and found water in the inlet has washed out the sand around the base of the supports at the southern end of the bridge. The DOT is trying to get a contractor to begin the work as soon as possible. Engineers say the bridge is still safe for travel, but will be closely monitored and could be closed if safety becomes an issue. Officials say they're ready to provide emergency ferry service if they have to close the bridge. Federal investigators are continuing to collect evidence this morning at the scene of a deadly commuter train crash in New York City. Marley Hall has the latest. Welcome back and good morning. The time is 6:24. The things you buy online could soon be delivered by drones. Yes, drones. A few Cyber Mondays from now, when you buy stuff on Amazon.com, you could have it at your doorstep through a new delivery service called Prime Air.
Now, Amazon hopes to have unmanned drones, which look like toy helicopters, deliver packages to your doorstep. In an interview on 60 Minutes, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos says the drones will be ready in 4 or 5 years. And the FAA rules changes could also make flights legal as soon as 2015.
Yeah, the octocopters Amazon would use are currently in testing. They can only carry packages that weigh up to 5 pounds, but Amazon says 90% of the packages it delivers weigh less than that. So that's news to me. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
But interesting stuff, right?
It is. I hope it just doesn't drop.
And out of all the other reasons why I get nervous about, package delivery, someone taking it off your doorstep, well, now it could just fall from the sky.
Right.
Television viewers in Bismarck, North Dakota were treated to some real class this weekend when none other than the great Ron Burgundy read them the news.
I'm Amber Schatz.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Will Ferrell reprised his anchorman role for KXMB's Saturday night broadcast. Schatz, who typically anchors the weekend newscast alone, says she didn't know she'd be sharing the desk until Wednesday. And then it was a complete surprise to viewers.
Wow, well, it's all part of the promotion, of course, for Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues, which hits theaters this month. True Ron Burgundy style. They're stealing the thunder. Well, it is official. The Smithsonian National Zoo's giant panda cub has a name. More than 120,000 people voted and decided on Bao Bao.
Yeah, zoo officials made the announcement yesterday as the cub turned 100 days old following Chinese tradition. Bao Bao means precious or treasure in Chinese.
I think it's very fitting. I think you and I were both rooting for Mulan, but we'll take Bao Bao.
I know, we'll take Bao Bao. A cute little bear there. Oh. All right, let's take a last look at your forecast here. If you're headed out the door, ready to go into work, looks like it's going to be maybe on and off again rain showers here throughout the morning, especially mainly by the coast. Everywhere else, cloudy, mid-50s. And then look at it, it only goes up from here, 65 and sunny by the time we get to hump day.
Yeah, December isn't so bad so far.
Not so bad at all.
Here's a look at what's coming up on Morning Edition. The East Carolina men's basketball team kicked off a 5-game homestand last night, and it came down to the wire. How they did with UNCW in town. Plus,
Personal training
using the latest technology. I'm Jerika Duncan. I'll explain coming up.
Does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it in the back of the end zone. He'll run it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow.
There you have it, folks. If you hadn't seen it already, for the second week in a row, it takes a bit of a miracle, but Auburn wins. The Tigers used that return with just 1 second left in the game to beat #1 ranked Alabama and win the Iron Bowl. Auburn will now play Missouri on Saturday for the SEC championship.
The way we won the
Welcome to the final score on this Sunday night, Monday morning. I'm Cliff Pyron. Brian Bailey is off. We've got another great show lined up for you here tonight. Starting in the National Football League, the Carolina Panthers have now won 8 straight games. When the Saints lost tomorrow, they would be tied atop the NFC South. Today was the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Carolina Panthers from Charlotte, and it was good to see the Cats just take care of business. Here we go. Cam Newton, an absolute beast here today. Pick it up in the first quarter. Carolina down 3-0. Watch Cam get out of the pocket. There's only a handful of players who can do this against an NFL defense. He's one of them. Goes down the sidelines, 56 yards. That set up the first Panthers score. Cam's pumped. I'm excited. The Panthers are ready to roll. Cam to Brandon LaFell, all by his lonesome in the back of the end zone. And it's now 7-3 Panthers. Second quarter. 10-6 Panthers. Let's make it 17-6. Cam Superman's into the end zone right here, and the Panthers lead by 11 at the half. Second half, the big day for #1 continues. Cam to Ted Ginn Jr. this time. The Panthers QB finished with 263 yards passing, 68 yards rushing, plus 3 total TDs. The Cats win and win big, 27-6.
I just want to start off by saying War Eagle. War Eagle. War Dang Eagle. But in other news, we did have a great win today. It wasn't, the prototypical or the way we wanted to win, but, we found a way to win, and that's the most encouraging part about it. It was a lack thereof, a focus on some parts on my behalf, with throwing a careless interception. and just not, honing in and finishing the game the right way. We had a lot of guys that was playing their tails off, starting with the offensive line, offensively, as well as, Mike Tolbert, picked up the slack with D'Angelo down today, as well as Jonathan Stewart.
Cam Newton, of course, talking about those Auburn Tigers on Saturday. We'll have much more on that later tonight in the final score. Elsewhere in the NFL, the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs hooked up for the second time in 3 weeks. Part 2, even better than Part 1. These, of course, 2 of the best teams in the league. They showed us why here today at Arrowhead. Alex Smith to Junior Hemingway makes it 7-0 KC. Then later, it's Smith to Anthony Fasano. Believe it or not, this thing was 21-7 Chiefs. But Peyton Manning can never be counted out. Not good in cold weather, my backside. He threw for over 400 yards, 5 TDs, 4 of them to this guy, Eric Decker. That one tied the game at 21. And this one, well, it made it 35-21. The Broncos went crazy in the second half. They beat the Chiefs 35-28.
Often in the 2 games we played, we knew that the double west was a scenario, and so sometimes Eric was going to draw single coverage, and he played well. He ran good routes, and I thought Adam called some good plays. We got able to get down the field. Protection held up that allowed us to get down the field, and Eric was awesome. Really hats off to him the way he played today.
We had another good one in Minnesota. The Bears have to beat the Vikings to keep pace with the Lions in the NFC North, but Cordell Patterson did not make it easy. This 33-yard run made it 7-0 Minnesota, and this one was far from over. Josh McCown coming up here to Alshon Jeffrey. This is one of the best catches of the entire season. Jeffrey, 12 grabs, 249 yards and 2 touchdowns, but it wasn't enough. Blair Walsh hits from 34 out in overtime. The Vikings win 23-20. Down in Houston, great game between the Patriots and the Texans. Tom Brady to Shane Vereen makes it 21-17 Pats, but back comes Houston. Ben Tate, 3 touchdowns on the day, a fantasy monster. And now it's 31-28 Texans, tied at 31. 3 minutes to go. Stephen Gostkowski kicks a field goal. That one from 53 out. New England wins. That final score was 34-31. From the professional ranks to college football, we go to Huntington, West Virginia to revisit a nightmare for Pirate Nation. ECU had a chance to advance to the Conference USA Championship on Friday. Instead, they'll be watching the game from home next Saturday. The latest from East Carolina football is next on The Final Score.
This is 9 on your side morning edition. Here's a look at the top stories for today, Friday, November 29th. It's Black Friday, people. Stores across the nation are offering bargain basement prices to entice you to spend your money. Retail experts question if today has as much relevance as it used to, though, because many big chains offered specials earlier in the month and opened for shopping on Thanksgiving Day. Last year's sales on Black Friday totaled more than $11 billion, making it the biggest shopping day of the year. And in Carteret County, power is back on. Streets are mostly clear and roofs are patched up after a tornado hit 2 towns in one night. But the recovery is far from over. Many people there spent their Thanksgiving cleaning up tree limbs and picking up the pieces. Those in the neighborhood say they're very thankful, though, for everyone helping in that cleanup and the fact that everyone survived.
This is 9 on Your Side Morning Edition.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Katie Banks.
And I'm meteorologist Dante Jones.
And we are waiting for you guys to bring you all of everything you bought at Black Friday, just to our newsroom.
Exactly. So
I like
we can put it under our Christmas tree and disperse it amongst ourselves.
We're just kidding. But it is cold out there.
But you can buy us a gift. I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, it is really cold out there. If you're headed out, we're looking at temps mostly in the 20s outside right now. So bundle up if you're going to have to wait in line at the stores before some of these stores open. Maybe you're just going out, period. You're certainly going to want to bundle up. The car will more than likely have a layer of frost on it, so save yourself some extra time. We'll warm up to the lower 50s today. Plenty of sunshine. Take the shades with you as well. We'll talk about that weekend forecast in the next few minutes. First, I'm going to toss it back over to Katie B.
All right, thanks, Dante. Families getting together for this holiday season may want to add another item to their agenda. Karen Kafa explains why now is the best time to talk family finances in this morning's Consumer Watch.